Hello guys, welcome back to another video on Ark Survival 7 Lost Colony whatnot. Welcome back to the first Lost Colony video. So obviously Lost Colony's been out for like 3-4 days now and I haven't posted any content. I've been pretty occupied and stuff, but I'm back and I'm ready to check all this stuff out. So with this, I'm pretty much just going to do a quick showcase of all the creatures, but I will have separate videos on how to tame these guys, at least for some of them, not all of them. And then I have another video on all the items and tools, and then we can get going with the series. So to kick it off, here you have a Glon. So these guys are pretty much a shoulder mount. You have an icon here. Same thing with what do you call it? Freaking Cosmo and stuff like that. So obviously you can name, has a couple abilities. Looks pretty nice. I'll go into more depth when all these guys get their separate videos, but I'm going to kind of look over. So it has a couple abilities, all this kind of stuff, and I can switch modes. Like has some laser, some this, I don't know what that does, has some mark of some sort, and all that stuff. So each of those do like their own different abilities. It's a pretty good shoulder pet, like compassion, all that's pretty OP to be honest. And design wise, you know, let me zoom in. Okay, I can't actually zoom in because I'll keep using the laser. Design wise, these guys, like, sure, I guess they're creepy, but they're pretty like cool at the same time. I don't really mind them. They don't look that weird. Actually, well, they do look pretty weird, but I don't mind. Some funky looking and like frog or amphibian, I guess, is kind of what I get from looking at it. But yeah, so that's pretty much the whole gist with him. Like, pretty much just quickly going over these guys if you don't want to watch these separate videos. Now you have the Soulwind and the Malewind. So you get these two guys from a Veilwind. And now to get them, you need to find a Soulwind in the wild or whatever. Get this like crystal off of it, and use that crystal to feed to your Veilwind to turn into a Soulwind. But if you want to turn into a Malewind, you grab that crystal and you put it in the blood forge, which then turns into like a red crystal or whatever, and then you feed it to your Veilwind to turn into a Malewind. So that's kind of a brief thing over that. You know, these guys have a pretty nice design. This guy's saddle is absolutely crazy, like ancient looking, I guess, like some kind of mythological, I guess, kind of jazz. This guy's saddle looks sick. He looks a bit funky and stuff, but definitely cool and all. I actually don't mind him. It's a bit weird how like thin his body is here, but whatever. Now we got a couple creatures that were already in ASE. So we got the Krylo, which has made its return. They didn't really like tell us about this in the community crunch. They kind of just secretly released it, which is cool. So Krylo has like an ice breath and all that jazz. Has a different taming method, which I'll show and all that. Then you got the Desertus here. So obviously we all know what this bat guy does. You can obviously dive with him. Everyone's probably checked him out back in ASA and stuff. You got the blood packs, and you can make the sanguine elixir, I believe it's called, for taming purposes and stuff. You feed that and you get like automatic 30% taming, which is amazing that they release this, because that's gonna be 10 times easier. Then you got the wasteland, which I never actually did a video on this guy, but that's fine. So obviously we're allowed to have a bit of a play around with this guy. He has like a ball attack, all that jazz like that. So that's extremely cool and nice, definitely amazing. So probably the ones I will do a bit of a tame on is Glon, these two, Krylo, not the Desertus, maybe the Oasisaur, not the Giga Desertus, not these guys down here, all these guys, but I will do that guy. Anyway, so yeah, Oasisaur pretty cool. Oh, I mean, Oasidon. Or, no, Ostodon, what am I saying, Ostodon. Definitely cool, all that jazz. Now this guy, I'll try to explain as much about him as I can. So this is the Giga Desertus, and you get this guy from defeating the boss. Pretty much you defeat the boss and you'll get an egg off of this guy. Now, these guys are super duper cool. They're twice the size of a wyvern. And you know what, they don't move around too slow. And on top, you can dive down with them, which is amazing, just to get that like bonus mobility, I guess. Not just that, but they also come with a platform saddle. So obviously you got a bit of space here to work with and stuff, but keep in mind when you have the platform saddle, you actually can't dive and stuff. So in the cost of having a tiny like base, you can't dive down and get that bonus mobility. So yeah, let me just actually very quickly before I do that, he has like an execute attack, which is that does something. L1R2 is kind of like a breath attack of some sorts. L2 is a grab. That's not a screech. Is that an okay, so the execute abilities does something. I can't really figure out what that is exactly. Like, yeah, so by L2 to grab, and you have his breath. Yeah, that execute ability is probably just going to be dealing some mad ass damage and stuff like that. Let me try it on these guys. Okay, so you can see how much health a creature has, which is cool. Let me can use execute. Okay, so execute's kind of like a tail attack. It looks like it might just be an instant kill or instant kill a creature, but it has like a fat ass cooldown. I hope these guys aren't attacking my tames up here. And that's pretty much the whole gist of the Giga Desertus. So to get this, you need to defeat the boss. You'll get an egg, and you obviously need to incubate that egg and crap like that. Definitely super cool addition. I think this is probably like one of the coolest things they've added with this whole drop of Lost Colony. Now these guys here aren't tameable, but this is pretty much every new creature. So you got the Neo-Thay, I think that's how you would call it. So these bat humans, we kind of already saw them, like Helena fought one and stuff like that. So these guys, you know, they're pretty strong and deadly. Yeah, definitely. Like this guy's 225, so 150 is probably rocking like 70k health, maybe 60k. Yeah, so these guys are pretty deadly. Okay, what the heck? What, like obviously you're not supposed to ride these guys, but what the frick, that looks so freaking stupid. Yeah, obviously these guys can fly a bit and all that. Obviously you won't get to experience this unless if you force tame one. But yeah, these guys are a new creature. They're pretty deadly if you encounter them. Like they'll definitely screw you up, especially in the early stages. Mid to late you're probably fine, but yeah. And then you got Reverend, yeah. So these guys, this is essentially like corruption, but like in Lost Colony, so they can corrupt your like humans and stuff. You got different versions. So you got normal, you got a Hulk, you got a blood, and obviously they can corrupt diners and stuff. None of these are tameable. These have all been force tamed, by the way. And yeah, so pretty much it's like the element corruption back on extinction, and you'll find these guys just all around the snow and crab just kind of doing their own thing, and they'll kill you pretty much if they see you. Obviously you can't tame them. Now these guys here are your like NPC buddies that you can go out and tame. Now you'll find like little camps and stuff. You essentially want to defeat those camps and you can get these guys with you. There's like maybe 10 different versions, and obviously you can like assign them to harvest, stuff like that. Turret modes is similar to what the robot can do that came with the aberration. So you can obviously assign him to ride a dino. Like I can get him to ride the wolf if I want him to, which is cool. I can also kind of get him off it. Can I? How do I? Okay. No, not that. That. How do I get him to like remove or get off? Can try. Ah.
You're taking your first thrall from me.
Oh. Okay.
I just hope you're ready for the responsibility.
Yeah, so you can pretty much turn into them, and everyone will kind of have their own weapon, or at least the ones that do have a weapon, and pretty much got like infinite ammo, which is mad. And then to switch back, I think what? You want to be holding square, and then you can go control your character again, and then boom, you're back, and he's exactly back here. Now he's kind of, he's not stuck. There's definitely a way you can assign him off. clear dino. Okay, nice, good. So he'll kind of get off the dino like that. He can go around harvest, and yeah, you can control them. So these guys definitely handy. That would be fun. Like you can get these guys to ride your tames, and you could all go like on an adventure, or whatever, harvest food and shit like that. Yeah, so different ones, they all pretty much can't do the same thing. Each ones have different weapons and crap. Like if I go to this one, he'll probably have like a gun or some crap. Yeah, see, this one has a gun, whilst that one had a bow, because that one's an archer and this one's an enforcer. Control. Back to that. So these guys I won't be doing a video on, but that's pretty much the gist. You find camps out and about, you defeat the camps, you pretty much get these guys. That's how that part works. These guys you obviously can't tame, so don't worry about those. You just need to worry about encountering them and knowing how to survive. And then you got this, the Oralia, which I gotta say is like probably one of the coolest creatures they've added, if not like top 3. I think this guy, the Giga Desertus, and maybe like the Soulwind and Malewind are like probably the coolest things they've added. But so with this guy, definitely he can move around a crap ton and stuff. He moves around pretty good. Has a crap ton of abilities which we will check out. The good thing is he can grab 2 creatures at a time, which is super duper cool. And it's like the dragon with like the best turning speed. Like look, I can full curl around and everything. Super good. I can go up and down and everything. And that's pretty much all that I want to talk about with this guy. I don't want to explain too much because I will be doing a separate video. And yeah, I can full curl up like this and go stuff like that. He will, I guess, move on his own a bit. But yeah, these guys definitely cool. Probably it might be my favorite out of everything that's been added, or new creatures, or the Giga Desertus. That's super duper cool too. But I think this guy you'll be using more just because he's easier to get and everything. We do have something attacking, but I think I'll quickly sort it out. It's probably just a mana. Yeah, okay, there you go. Problem solved. And yeah, so this is pretty much all the new creatures. I may have missed 1 or 2, but I'm positive I got like everything here. So you got Glon, Malewind, Soulwind, Krylo, Desmodus, Osodon, Giga Desertus, Neophane, Reverent, the Thrall, and then the Oralia. So these guys are pretty much every single new creature that has come with Lost Colony. Obviously those guys down there you can't tame, but the rest are you can all access and tame. So yeah, and yeah, pretty much besides that, that's pretty much this whole mini showcase of all these creatures and crap. There'll be separate videos for some of these other creatures, not all of these guys obviously. And yeah, so if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.